Hi, I'm Annie Ulichny, and I want to thank you so much for practicing meditation and mindfulness together here today. So, how do we react to things? Sometimes it's worth exploring how we react to things that bother us, things we don't like. And our reactions, we can work with those and change our reactions if we start to see. And mindfulness points us, and meditation practice point us to seeing more about ourselves, seeing how we react to things. And it can really be informative and help us to calm things down a little bit for ourselves from the inside out, so our reactions are less tight, tense, and challenging for ourselves and for everybody else. So we can start to look at our reactions through our nervous system. Our nervous system goes from the top of our head down to our feet, and it works with the brain. And the nervous system, when things feel unsafe, there are 4 basic reactions that take place. When we don't feel safe, we either go into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. There are other terminologies used, but these are essentially how we respond to things that we don't like when we don't feel safe. Fight means we usually get aggressive. Fight or flight is the typical survival mode that I think most of us know about, but we've socially adapted them. Culturally, we handle fight or flight, freeze or fawn in a different way than the design of this system many thousands of years ago. Now it's a social adaptation. So now fight means feeling anger, feeling very aggressive, agitated deeply within the body, and needing to be right all the time, just needing to prove a point. It's about control and power. Flight is about fleeing anything that feels unsafe, getting out of the situation, wanting to leave, moving away from it, making ourselves busy with something else so we don't have to deal with that thing that makes us feel unsafe, avoiding things that make us feel unsafe. So there's a need to flee and to isolate. Freeze is more of a dissociation, and we completely kind of shut down and isolate and need to get out of that safety situation that something feels unsafe to us. And then fawn is overly agreeing with everything in order to feel that safety again. So we're agreeable to everything. And so those 4 types of reactions, when something feels icky to us, something we don't like, typically we can use any 4 of those, but we usually, because humans are so patterned and habitual, we lean into one most of the time. And so it's important to know, how do I react? Does any of that make sense? And yeah, I tend to be more of a fleer. I make myself busy. I avoid controversy. I don't really like it. So I stay away from it and I make myself busy with other things. That's where I usually, that's my reaction when something feels unsafe and uncomfortable. And we are human beings that have all 4 of us, all those ranges are things that we can lean into for ourselves as a pattern. There's no right or wrong to it. It's just how we react as humans to keep ourselves safe, for survival. And it's so important to know these reactions that we have so that we can start to dissolve and take care of too strong of a reaction for something that maybe ends up causing more harm than good when we react strongly in one of those 4 ways, for ourselves and then also for everybody else. So the practice is going to be about just calming our nervous system down and maybe asking the question, how do I respond to things for ourselves, and learning more about our own individual unique ways of reacting to things. So that's our intention for the practice. And I'd like you to take your comfortable posture. And if you're seated, have your feet comfortably planted on the floor. And we're going to take our upright, dignified posture. So we really feel the front part of our lungs. The rib cage is open and available for full oxygen to come in. And we can feel our shoulders are relaxed, our hands are on our laps. And we'll close our eyes down. And our eyes are very intimately linked to the nervous system. And when we close those down, it helps us to come into ourselves a little bit easier to start. So we'll just start here by coming closer and closer to ourselves. And we tend to give all of our energy, all of our effort to the external world. Our thoughts go externally, our efforts go externally, and now it's time to check in with ourselves. We check in with everything else around us, and now we can bring all of that effort, that attention, that focus inward. So slowly come closer and closer, letting all of our worries, anything that's happening later today, anything that occurred yesterday, we can just kind of move that to the background and just come into ourselves. As we come closer within, we can start to feel this aliveness, this vibrational quality within us. And we'll start to just really check in with the body. Again, we give so much of our attention away, so much of our focus, and when we bring it into ourselves, using our own focus, it's an immediate indication to the nervous system. The energy that we bring to ourselves is an indication to the nervous system that there's nothing that's unsafe happening right now. We're okay. We can come in through the feet, and the thinking mind is churning away thoughts. We can just turn the volume down on that. We can't really stop our thinking, but we can just use our mind's ability to focus and really bring all of our focus into our feet and start to feel. As soon as we do that, we can feel the nervous system. We can feel this tingling aliveness within our feet, checking in with the soles of our feet. Also, making sure we're breathing in and out of the nose as we go through the body. So we are breathing in and out of the nose, and we're checking in with the feet, the tingling maybe through the toes, the arches, the balls of the feet, the heel. We can start to sense more when we bring our focus within the body. We can feel textures, tingling aliveness, maybe through the tops of the feet, and maybe through the ankles and the lower legs up to the knees and the thighs. And we start to notice this thinking mind is churning away, maybe going off into a story, maybe about pain and somewhere in the lower extremities. We can just let that go and come in and just feel, maybe feel our knees, notice maybe there is pain in the knee, there's some discomfort. We can feel that, just acknowledge that it's there without judging it. This is so important also, to just recognize we do have discomfort, but we also have this tingling aliveness, and we can feel them both and offer more of an allowing everything to just be as it is right now without judging it, putting a negative tone onto it. Just be with it right here. As we start to check in with the body, starting to feel the aliveness and also acknowledging any aches and pains that come with being in the human body. It's just all here. It's okay. We could come up through the thighs into the pelvis, really feeling the weight of our upper body resting along the seat underneath us. Can we just become even a little bit heavier and relax and let go? Just feel the contact with the chair underneath us. Feeling our backside. And again, sometimes just coming in, using our full focus, we can really feel that contact, that pressure of our sit bones against the chair, and also that tingling aliveness through the legs. This texture of this shimmery electrical quality that we can start to feel. And then we can bring our focus up and just again checking in with the body, noticing tension, tightness, noticing this tingling aliveness. We can come up through the lower back and the belly and up to the rib cage and this lower part of our torso. And maybe you feel there's no sensations in different parts like the lower belly. And that's okay. We can start to notice maybe along the rib cage, the front of the rib cage. Sometimes it feels a little gripped and clenched in the rib cage muscles. So we might feel nothing, or we might feel a clenching and a tightness. It's all okay. We're just checking in with how is this body doing right now. And the nervous system is showing us how we are. The nervous system is sensing, so we can perceive different parts of our body at any time. And start to check in and feel deeply within ourselves. Checking in through the back rib cage, up through the shoulder blades. Sometimes the shoulder blades feel tight, almost like there's something clamped underneath the shoulder blades. And the mid-chest and the upper chest might feel this emotional, quivery kind of a thing, our emotional center in our chest. It might feel dense, it might feel open. We could come up through the shoulders. We're just checking in and down the arms and the hands. Are the shoulders relaxed? Do they feel tight at all? I can sense a tightness, a tension in my own shoulders right now. We can plunge our attention, our focus, our present awareness right into any of these tight spaces. Start to really feel these qualities and textures. And come up through the neck and the head, around the eyes. Even the sinuses we can feel, just really feel around the eyes, the eyebrows, the forehead, the jaw, the ears, the back of the neck. There's so many different pockets within our body that can show us, point to incredible sensations of aliveness and also tightness and tension. We hold it all. And just by exploring and bringing our focus here, we're calming, soothing the nervous system. Even though there's tension, even though there might be discomfort, this is still a very soothing exercise for the nervous system to regulate our nervous system, bring us out of fight, flight, freeze, fawn. And then we can bring our attention to our breath, breathing in, filling up the lower belly. Exhaling, the lower belly near the belly button is moving toward the backbone on the exhale. So the breath is originating and ending around the belly button area, filling up on the inhale, exhaling, flattening the belly button back toward the back line of the body. We're smoothing out the breath. It's another way to calm the nervous system. Exhaling, releasing, just smoothing everything out. So our bodies love rhythms and patterns, which is how habits develop so easily. And we're going to breathe in on a count of 4 and exhale on a count of 4. And encourage this rhythm to help calm the body, calm the nervous system, calm the mind. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhaling. Our bodies love this rhythm. Find your rhythm for a few more breaths here together. And now we're going to breathe in for a count of 4 and exhaling for a count of 8 with a pause at the top of the bottom of this breath. When we're really activated, something happens that we really don't like, and we find ourselves deeply within one of those states of activation in the nervous system. We can react, but then when we see we're reacting, we can calm ourselves down. If not in the moment, sometimes that's really hard, but afterwards we can still use this 4 in, 8 exhale for a few minutes and calm ourselves down, and it can really end up dissolving any kind of activation and really calming us down in wonderful ways that benefit us and also everybody else. So we'll inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause at the bottom. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause. Inhale. Use your own rhythm that works for you. Pause. Exhaling. You maybe can elongate for just a shorter time. That's fine. See if you can elongate longer over adding at the end of this. We can try adding a little bit of a pause. That might build our resilience and our ability to exhale longer. Continue with your rhythm here for yourself. Feeling the sensations in the body. Do a few more rounds of 4 in, 8 out with pauses. And see if you can't elongate that exhale a little bit more now. Just a little bit more. At the bottom of this next exhale, after that pause, just let your breath breathe itself, find its own rhythm, find its own pattern. Just really feel the sensations that are in the body. When we use that 4-8 breathing pattern, you might notice you feel this kind of almost cascading feeling of release, opening, softening, letting go. It's a very soothing, calming breathing exercise for the whole nervous system, for our mind, for our entire body. Every cell benefits with using these kinds of breathing techniques. We're strengthening our well-being, our longevity. We're regulating our nervous system. And we're also informing ourselves, how do we react to things? How do I react? This is a question we could ask ourselves. What patterns do I use? And can I start to notice them when something happens I don't like? Where do I go? Fight, flight, freeze, fawn? And can I pause a little bit when I see this reaction and offer a little softness, gentleness, a little more care with my reaction? That will help me, and it will help the entire situation. I thank you so much for your time and your effort, and I wish you a wonderful, healthy day. Thank you.